The next skill that we're going to look at in this Better Game Golf introductory program is emotion. And this is about emotion work. So this is a standing exercise. So find yourself a place that you have a little bit of room in, because you're going to stand up and be stepping backwards and forwards and left and right. So make sure you have a little bit of space. Also that there's no danger of you hurting yourself if you lose balance. But also make sure that you're not going to be disturbed, ideally. So let's get going. You're standing up in a room, and just close your eyes and go inside. As always, take a few deep breaths. Breathe into your abdomen, your chest, your neck area, and let go. In, deeper, your chest, the neck area, and out. And breathe through your nose. Breathe into your abdomen, into your chest, and into your neck area. And breathe out, letting go of all tension. What we're going to do is explore some of the emotions of golf. And one of the things about the emotions is we have them. But if they have you, you often do not have control. Whereas if we can switch to a situation where you have the emotions, you have some control and agency. So this is to place a center that you're standing in. And take a step backwards. And this is a step into the place of fear and anxiety. And there's not a golfer on the planet that doesn't know this place of fear and anxiety. So recall those times that you experienced feeling fearful and anxious. Might have been before teeing off in an important event. Or it might have been where you were under pressure, possibly because you were doing very well and you had a great round going, and you started to feel the fear of letting go of something very promising. So recall those moments and feel the fear, feel the anxiety, feel the frightenedness. And you might also notice that as you feel the fear, your breath shortens and you kind of tighten up. Just say to yourself, I am frightened. I feel fear. I feel anxiety. Own the emotion. Identify with it. But now take a step forward into the center and say to yourself, I have fear, but I am not my fear. I am anxious, but I am not my anxiety. And realize that from this place of the center, you have some choices, and you have choice, you have agency around this emotion, which you didn't have if you were totally consumed by the fear. And take a step to the right. And this is the place of anger and frustration. Again, there isn't a golfer alive that hasn't felt angry. This anger can be because of really anything. Could be external factors like it's raining, or it's windy, or maybe the course isn't in the shape that you want it to be in, or maybe it's something that your playing partners are doing or not doing. But very often it's an anger directed at yourself because you are not playing as you would like to play. So feel the anger. Feel even the rage. Feel resentment even. And notice what happens to your body-mind when you are taken by anger. And take a step back into the center and say to yourself, I am angry, but I am not my anger. I am full of frustration, but I am not my frustration. And see from this place of disidentification, see that emotion and realize that you have the power to disidentify. And take a step forward into a place that is about excitement and possibility. And recall a time that you felt excited with yourself because perhaps a round is going very well, or you've had a break of good fortune, a long putt or a chip in or something. So feel the excitement. Feel the possibility. And feel what happens to your golfing body-mind as you feel this emotion. And become aware that even though this is a positive emotion, it can knock you off center. So take a step back now into the center and say to yourself, I have excitement. I am excited, but I am not my excitement. Excitement can get things going, get the adrenaline going, but it can also take you away from where you need to be. So take a step now to the left. And this is an important emotion, the emotion of shame. And typically it's directed against yourself. Feeling of shame because of perhaps you've let your partner down, or your team down, or your club down. But most oftenly, it's shame at your own performance. You're ashamed of yourself. So feel what it's like to experience shame. Feel the shame. But now take a step to the right and say to yourself, I have shame, but I am not my shame. I was ashamed, but I am not my shame. And back in the place of the center, you realize that this is the place which is a place of disidentification from all these very powerful emotions. And from this place, you can have some agency. Because it's not that these emotions are bad, they're very often helping you in some way. Or they could help you in some way. But they can help you when you are able to disidentify and make some choices. Anger, for example, could be channeled to get you focused. Fear could put you on your toes, but too much might not work. Excitement, perhaps fine for a minute or two, but bring it back, because during a round, you ain't finished yet. And shame, too, could be a way of getting focused and turning things around. So realize that you have this place of center. Some call it being on the balcony, looking down. You have this place of the center, the place of potential balance and calmness from which you can have some choice and agency around these powerful emotions that are evoked in the mind and body of every golfer. You have agency.